What's going on, everybody? So we're going to dive in and take a look at Alice. Now, I'm going to move myself away from the middle of the screen. I don't need to be the center of attention. Not in this video. The previous one, I was doing some gear stuff, so I got to move myself out of the way from the gear. I know you guys hate it whenever content creators are upgrading gear, and I understand it, and they're like taking up the entire space of the stuff they're talking about. But let's talk about Alice today. Now, I have 3 different builds I want to share with you all, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to get her up to 5-star blessing, the blessing that I have on the test server, and we may run through them again and give them a shot there, because obviously at 5-star blessing, she's going to get a lot of things that benefit her. So looking at her kit, and then I'll go over how impactful the blessing actually is, because you're going to get it for free on the live server as well. Matter of fact, in the next few days, we should be having the Alice Chase Phase 2, where you do this stuff and you'll eventually work up to the 5-star blessing. I definitely recommend going for that. Where's the 1-star? Okay, there's a 2-star, very nice. And then 3, 4, 5, pretty easy. So with with her actual skills, her A1 is attacks one enemy 2 times, places an extra hit if the target has any active skills on cooldown. So if she's going after the enemy's team, then they're going to have skills on cooldown, and she's going to get the extra hit. Or if you have a lockout champion going before her, she's also going to get that extra hit. Each hit has an 80% chance of decreasing the duration of a random buff on the target by 1 turn. This is going to require accuracy, so it's up to you if you want to build her for that. Her kit makes sense, so it may be worth it. Her A2 skills and AoE attack, 75% chance of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 2 turns. Now, this 2-turn increase isn't that great. There's another champion who does it. The champions named Basher. So Basher increases by 2 turns, and what this is essentially the enemies miss using their skill for 1 turn, and the next turn they can use their skills again. That's how the 2 turns actually works. You can't lock somebody out for 1 turn, because if you lock it out for 1 turn in text form, then they're not actually really locked out. So the 2-turn lockout is basically they just take 1 turn. The next turn they can use their skills again. Also has a 75% chance, all this is booked up to 100% chance, of decreasing each target's turn meter by 15%. If at least one of a target's skills has its cooldown increased to the max, decreases their turn meter by 30%. All of this, once again, requires accuracy. I have a build today I want to share with you all that I don't think I've seen showcased anywhere yet. So something a little bit, I guess, unorthodox, but I think y'all like it. You all will like it. We're going to try to cut out this southern lingo with y'all. So the A3 attacks one enemy, will ignore 20% of the target's defense if the initial target is killed, also attacks the enemy with the lowest HP. Will also ignore 20% of the target's defense. Now, damage dealing skills only mean as much as their multipliers show. So her A2 skill is a 4.2 multiplier, AoE attack, that's pretty good. And then her A3 is a 5 multiplier, which is a godlike breakdown on the Hell Hades website. Now, if we look at the passive ability over here, whenever this champion attacks, inflicts bonus damage to each target for each turn remaining on all of their skill cooldowns. The bonus damage is counted individually for each target, so it's spreading some damage. I did try this in Hydra. It doesn't actually work very well in Hydra, so she's just basically not a Hydra champion. She's going to be an arena champion first and foremost, and then she's going to be somewhat of a wave champion, but not really. Unless you're like early game and you really just need a champion to get through the waves, I think a Lady Noelle, a Syl the Drakes, a champion who's going to control plus support is going to be just better than her. I mean, Alice is good for doing some damage to the waves as well, but she doesn't bring like any poisons, no HP burn, no debuffs, nothing to contribute to the boss fight once you get there. She can hit pretty hard, but if you're doing enough damage with her to contribute significantly to the boss, then your gear is definitely past mid-game, and you probably have better options than her anyways. But either way, her active effect resets the cooldown of one of this champion's skills each time they kill an enemy. Occurs once per skill, so she can definitely ramp pretty well. And out of curiosity, let's go ahead and jump in here to Minotaur. I have her masteries done, but she is a decent Minotaur farmer. Just like a lot of these champions, if they can clear the waves, they can do Minnow pretty well, but she's going to cycle through her stuff very quickly. We're going to get to the Minotaur. It's going to be a little bit slower once we get here, but just like Sun Wukong, he's going to do it fast, he's going to do it really fast, and she's going to do it pretty fast. So she's doing her skill there, A1, A2. Now this is a decent build. I got a few options. This is going to be like the pseudo go second, but not quite go second. 22 seconds, that's pretty good, right? Minotaur in 22 seconds. Bring your food champions in. Obviously, she's not going to do this solo. There's no reason to do that. But bring in, say, you want to get your masteries done on a champion who's, say, you're Skeletor. Say you've been chilling on Skeletor since the He-Man event, and you want to get his masteries done. Or you have a second Alice This is the test server, by the way. That is why I have 2 Alices. But say you want to get your masteries on your second Alice. Well, just go ahead and throw her in here and get your masteries done for her. Now, for the Alice that's actually built, let's go over her masteries. So her masteries, we have Helm Smasher. I'm covering the stuff, Mr. Center of Attention here. We have the Helm Smasher mastery over there, and then just some support stuff. Is this the best? Not really. Defense, you could adjust it based on the build you're going. Let's talk about the different builds I have for her. So up first, we're going to do the build that I think is probably going to be one of the better builds, which is a Stone Skin into a Defense Ignore set. So we have 4 pieces of Stone Skin, plus we have the 4-piece Lethal set. So she has Defense Ignore, plus the Stone Skin for 1 turn, and then some extra accuracy because she can use that. Now, for an arena team, where would I use her? What team would I be putting her in with this kind of build? Well, she currently has, let me show you actually the small pieces. We'll do the blessing later on so you guys can see the damage difference. But she has attack percentage boots with some speed rolls, attack percentage chest plate, crit damage with defense percent. I don't have any chaos dust to re-roll that, but of course, crit damage or attack percentage would be better. We have this weapon, this helmet, and this shield. For the accessories, we have attack banner, we have crit damage necklace, and then a ring. Attack ring, of course. Now, for accuracy is not great. We could definitely go accuracy banner, but this build I'm not super focused on accuracy. Now, for my account, I would use this team more so with like a Crixia. This is not actually the team I want to show you guys. The team I want to showcase with this setup is, this is a speed tuned. So this is a speed tuned version. This is going to be Arbiter. I may actually be slower than this player. I didn't pay attention to who it was. But let's see. Okay, so I'm not slower, thank goodness. So Armand's will be able to steal a turn meter. He steals it from most everybody except for Mad Hatter. We sheep the Warlord. And now what you're going to see is Alice popping off with some damage, hopefully. So Madame Sarah strips everybody. This, of course, would be better if everybody was in Stone Skin, because it's more of like a team. Okay, you're not super fast, but maybe you win some speed races. Well, then you could do maybe your debuffer and then your Alice in Stone Skin. Or maybe you just want to have relatively fast champions. And this is all based on your rank in the arena. But for me, maybe a pseudo go second team would be like Armand's at 330, 340 with Stone Skin, so that the enemy can't bring a slow team because he's just going to lock them out or steal a turn meter and then polymorph them. But if they bring a fast team, well, I have Stone Skin across the board, so they have to find a way to address that. That's something I like to consider. This is basically a fast team with Alice speed tuned. We're going to use her A2 skill. She has increased attack. You do have to bring a champion who gives her increased attack. If not, she's just going to be hitting pretty weak. But we wipe everybody out. 235,000 damage. Very good stuff. Let's go to a few different teams. That was a Boozer's team. Cool. Some of these teams on the test server are very difficult to deal with. So I do like people who throw in these more manageable teams. So now let's go to this team, which may be slower than, but I guess we're going to find out. I think I cut in on their speed. I tried them earlier, and I'm pretty sure I do. Let's yoink the turn meter from the Arbiter and the Siffy, and then let's go ahead and make the Narcisse a sheep, because Narcisse is the only person who I'm really worried about here. And then we'll give Alice's A3 a shot. Actually, we'll try it out on the Narcisse as well. Okay, so the A3, maybe I could kill the Arbiter, possibly. I don't know. This at the 5-star blessing, definitely. This one, not quite. Not quite able to kill the Arbiter there. If I would have went the A2, it would have locked out the Narcisse. But now, unfortunately, we're all just going to die. Let's try that one more time. So, where are we at? The other build that I'm actually excited to share with you guys, I will share that after we do the blessing for her, because it's not going to be any different based on the blessing. And you guys may have already been spoiled to it. I did show a team that kind of hinted about what it is. Also, guys, if you enjoyed this content, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff. When the Narcisse, when the Narcisse pops out, we're going to test out actually, let's go for him. This time I can kill him. There we go. Actually, knocked them both down. That's excellent. So at this point, we killed 2 enemies. So she should have all of her cooldowns back. I mean, she only had 1 skill that was on cooldown anyways. Maybe I can decrease his turn meter a little bit. No. And then he kills me. All right, well, GG's. Rip Alice. But we do have that A2 skill that I wasn't using. Remember, the A2 is an AoE lockout. So the Narcisse is going to be rezzed with his skills reset, because that's the way Ancora does it. But let's see if I can strip him again. We'll try the A2 with Alice this time instead. Maybe that can kill him and some others. Her damage is solid. It really is. Let's go A2. So kills him, doesn't have enough accuracy to lock out these other champions, which is where the other build that I'm going to talk about today is going to come into play. Thankfully, Ankor didn't get the res on the Narcies. I did get a sleep off, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get around to another. Okay, no, we do nothing. So now let's jump in here and try to swap into my other build. This build currently, Stone Skin plus Lethal. We didn't focus too much on the accuracy. Let's go into the other build, which is the Speed Team Damage, Speed Team. And here we have 365 accuracy. Could we use some more? Yeah, definitely. But I want to be able to do some damage. So 335 accuracy may be okay. Now, if you wanted to switch it up and have a champion who increases accuracy, that could be great. So a champion who increases accuracy is Mikage. Mikage is an awesome champion for sure. Let's actually just throw her in here. So I'll throw in Mikage. She'll boost the accuracy. She'll strip and weaken them as well on her second form. So a team like this could be what you're looking for. Now, if she was going before Armand's, that'd be even better. So he has a higher chance of stripping and removing everything. We sheep the Narcies, same thing as before. Mikage switches forms. We're not going to be able to place a weaken on Narcies, unfortunately. But we will get the strip plus the increased accuracy, most importantly. And now we can use this A2. She's effectively at, like, let's say 450, 500-ish accuracy, basically. Now, we'll hit the Armands. Now, she, on her what skill, as her champion's turn, decreases the turn meter of the enemy with the highest attack. Okay, we'll just use this A2, which actually won't do anything. This will decrease turn meter, right? Okay, yeah, turn meter at 30%. Let's do a little bit of hits to him, maybe. It's just this daggone. Okay, and then we die again. So we're just getting destroyed by Ramsey's team just because I'm trying the same stuff, which it gives you a good idea of what to compare the damage to, especially when I come back in here after her blessings. But let's try something else where we can actually get a better idea of what's going on here. I think this team can take lockouts. MTG Jedi's team isn't affected by lockouts, so I'm not going to hit that one right now. I hit it earlier to test some stuff out, but we're using the. Okay, they're immune to sheep, right? Yeah, they're immune to sheep. Now we're using the accuracy version. We have an increased accuracy champion plus a weaken AoE. So now we're just going to do a lockout. If they wake up, no problem. They're all locked out from their skills. Maybe we could lock them out with the other build from Stone Skin. I think that's a better build. But if not, this one's a good one. Now, of course, the Stone Skin build, you could throw on a bit more accuracy. But the Python here, well, I want to show you guys how much a one-turn lockout actually does. So I may actually look for this Python team again to see if I can clear everybody except for him. So Alacair's team, there we go. I want to show you what a one-turn lockout actually looks like. So we stun everybody. Good. And then we switch forms and we're going to strip them. We actually didn't stun everybody. But I use this A2. Hopefully don't kill the Python. We did not kill the Python. Fantastic. So the Python takes the one turn, okay? That could have been a stun he sat through. He didn't sit through a stun, of course, but it could have been. And now once he comes back to this turn, he should have the res available. So check this out. Well, okay, I did not increase his cooldowns. Good. So there he has the res. So you can see how little a two-turn lockout actually does. I mean, it locked the Python out for just one turn. It has a fast champion. If there's turn meter boosts going on this enemy team, they're going to mess you up. So I wouldn't rely solely on the lockout being, okay, this is what I'm going to be banking on to actually be successful. You kind of need for her to go damage. However, the next build that I'm going to show you kind of contradicts what I'm saying there, but I do want to make you guys aware that the lockout just isn't really that significant. Now, let's go in here and give her a blessing. So we'll give her the 5-star blessing, which we're all going to get for free anyways. Well, assuming you are staying active in the game. For her blessing, it depends, I think, on what setup you're going. If you're going to be doing just damage, I think Soul Reap is good. If you don't have a speed booster, but you want to run a speed team, I think Intimidating Presence could be okay. And for the sake of this fight, I want to show you guys the next build that will be utilizing Intimidating Presence. So we're going Lockout. which you may be like, what the heck? Didn't you just say the lockout was garbage? Yeah, I basically did. But I want to show what potential she may have in the right teams. Now, of course, her speed is probably higher than a lot of you guys can hit, but you don't have to hit the speeds I hit. You have to hit the speeds that are speed tuned with your team. So if your Arbiter is 350 speed, well, your Alice can be fine probably at like 280, 270 if you're going this strategy. Now, this strategy is going to be focusing on her A2 skill, but we're also picking up crit damage and, of course, some accuracy. You got some crit rate to 100%, crit damage. So the actual set pieces that she's wearing are the following. We have crit rate gloves, attack percentage. We have lethal stuff just because I had it and it's pretty nice. These are very fast speed rolls, but this is not what you have to do. You don't have to do this at all. We do have attack percentage chest plate that could be accuracy if you're having a hard time landing your debuffs. Let's go against this team. We'll see what this actually does. We're going to lock everybody out. Now, this lockout does work through Stone Skin. So we lock them out. Stone Skin, she resisted something, probably the turn meter decrease. So Madame Ceres is going to strip, and Trenda's going to nuke. So the Ancora, well, she resisted apparently the lockout, unfortunately, because she just now did the res. So he got back around to his stuff. Let's reset this one time, see if we can get her to not resist that lockout. Or I can't throw in He-Man because my He-Man is, the gear's been swapped to somebody else. To Alice. Actually, I could swap him in. So we'll go with A2 again. She resisted me again, so I bet he actually has her built resistant. It wasn't just 3% chance. I could throw in Mikage instead of Madame Ceres, no problem. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So let's jump into this team again against Ramsey, and we're going to try He-Man. I changed his blessing over to Life Harvest. I don't know why he had Brimstone, if you guys noticed that in the previous fight. Not for sure which fights are being shown, but I want to give Alice a decent representation and not just me messing up using her. So we're going to switch Mikage over. She is just here for the increased accuracy for Alice. You don't need her, especially if your Alice has enough accuracy. It's a bit overkill, honestly. I'm not going to be resisted by these players right now because they're just not building that high of resistance, but kind of more of a just-in-case type thing. Now, Narcisse is not going to kill Alice, actually. Goes for somebody else. Unfortunately, though, we're going to get messed up unless we can actually just kill. There we go. Okay. So, not horrible. Alice may get a turn squeezed in here in just a moment. So, we do get a turn. Can we kill the Arbiter? We have no increased attack. Maybe we can kill the Narcisse. Not quite. I was a little bit too high of hopes there. Kill him again. Now, Alice keeps getting controlled. Doesn't feel too good. We're going to switch forms. We're going to cleanse that sleep off of her. She is squishy, so just know that. She is a squishy champion. If the Siphi has lockouts, we hit her a few extra times. Very nice. And then we blast everybody, hopefully. There we go. So now we join in the ally attack. Did Alice do a lot here? No, she wasn't the one carrying this team. He-Man did the most, but we did get the lockout, so we were able to take our turn before them, essentially. Now, of course, you could go a similar build. You could go lockout with Stone Skin instead of with the fast lockout version. So it's like a Go Second type team, where I would have my Armons at like 350 in a pseudo Go Second team. You could have your Alice at 350. Now, is it as good as, you know, an actual lockout champion, a Crixia, a Warlord, a Yumiko? No. But is it a Void Legendary? Also, no. She's better than Basher. She does the turn meter decrease. In a Go Second team, it's going to be even more impressive. Actually, let's see if we can't try that real quick. So if I was to use Alice in a Go Second Stone Skin build, what would it look like? So go priority stats, speed. Actually, we'll just go 2 pieces of Stone Skin. Go Stone Skin there, Stone Skin there. Do we have an accuracy banner in Stone Skin? Kind of cool. I can just drop the speed there. It doesn't really matter. And then we just do 1 piece of Stone Skin up there. So we'll go this with accuracy. Now, of course, I would like for her to be 100% crit rate because she can still put up some good damage. This is pretty good. So SS lock. We'll swap this over. So this is now the Stone Skin lockout build. So what I would do here is say we go against a team with no strips, ideally, no Warlord lockout shenanigans. We could try against Cold Brew's team. I mean, it has strip champion with Kaimar, but let's say we did this. So we have Alice going first. We're not going to use an Armons because he's just going to make this look kind of weird, basically. We're going to use a Ultimate Death Knight. He's a great Go Second champion. We're going to use a Sun Wukong. While he doesn't have Stone Skin, he's going to be protected by the UDK and have a Speed Aura. And then we'll go maybe like Ancora, possibly. Let's go Ancora. So we could even go a different champion here, an actual Stone Skin champion. Maybe a Narcisse could be really good. Actually, yeah, let's do Narcisse, and we can do one with Ancora as well. I just want to give you guys a good amount of options you could use. Hopefully all these champions are built. It's a test server. I don't know what kind of builds I have going on right now, basically. So we shall see. We did get the strip from the UDK, unfortunately. But let's see if she strips everybody. Or she reduces their cooldown and the turn meter a little bit. Increases the cooldown. There we go. Very good stuff. So now they all got their turn meter reduced. The Rotos didn't even get a turn yet, did he? But Alice cut in there, I believe, and gave me a turn. Now the Rotos has got a good chance of actually getting back around to his turns, all of his extra turn stuff. But they can't do a res just yet. Is it going to be the end of the world? Definitely not. This Rotos is eating through my team, unfortunately. The UDK did not care. No weak hits involved. But cool thing here is we can pick her back up, reset her skills, and now guess what she can do? She can just lock him out again. Now the Rotos got resisted me there, unfortunately. But let's see if I can't just kill this Kymar. Very cool. And then maybe kill the Rotos? Probably. Oh, it actually did. Sweet. So we wiped the whole team. Now, with that team example, I don't know if they even got a turn. I may have just cut in. Not really sure, honestly. Let's try against another team. She could be a 4-piece supersonic. Actually, that's a decent idea. Let's see. I don't know if I have 4 pieces of supersonic that makes sense. But it's basically going to be like just there to interrupt the enemy. Not there to do much past that. Just there to interrupt the enemy. That's literally all she's going to be doing. And 4-piece supersonic is awesome. It's a very effective set. We're going to go this plus this. We're dropping the accuracy quite a bit, but this is just a showcase purpose. It's not like actually do this build because the accuracy is low if you actually wanted to use her like this. But Stone Skin plus Supersonic could be pretty sweet for her. So against a team with Siphi, would I cut in here? No, I don't think so. They have too much turn meter boosting. But let's see if there's another team with Siphi. Smiley's team, maybe? Ramsey, yeah, let's go against this one again. We've gone against it 100 times, so might as well go one more time. With Siphi plus Arbiter, we may actually cut in and be able to do a lockup before Narcisse gets a turn. Okay, so we did. We got him before he got a turn. We can lock them all out. Now, of course, depending on what champions you have, that could be great or it could not really matter. A lot of different things that could happen there. But now we're not going to use the A2 because Narcisse gets around and he's going to get his big hits, basically. Like he's going to get a turn to do some really good stuff in just a moment. Because he has an A2 off cooldown, basically. But we can actually drop this Arbiter real quick. Huh, just kidding. We actually did not drop the Arbiter. Not quite enough damage, unfortunately. We could pick her back up, though. Once again, have her stuff off cooldown. Can I kill him? Probably not. But we can kill this Arbiter. Get the extra turn. And then go for the A1 on him. Actually do some decent damage. And then since we got the turn meter boost from the Supersonic, we get the turn to cut in, increases cooldowns. He's just using an A1. Not nearly as scary with just that A1. So I do think actually a Supersonic plus Stone Skin is actually a pretty cool build. I do like that a lot. Able to beat the Ramses team that I lost to 100 times already. So not too bad. So when it comes to Alice, I think there's a lot of different builds you could do with her. I don't really want to try this team, but I kind of also want to try this team. I don't think it's going to be successful. Actually, it's definitely not going to be successful. She's going to strip me and ruin me, basically. Can I lock him out? No. But maybe kill her. Not quite. GG's. All right. We're just going to skip past that team. It's a cool team. That dude's awesome. Strong Night Revenant team. But yeah, with Alice, there's a lot of different builds I think you could go that actually makes sense. Now, against this setup, I'm going to be locked out. There's really no reason to even try to hit this. Another Siphi team. The reason why I'm saying Siphi is because she does a turn meter boost. Sorry, she does the like 3 buffs on everybody. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 24% turn meter. So I just cut right in there between the Kymar. Now the Kymar doesn't get a turn. So kind of like my Crixia, when I have her built in Stone Skin, sorry, Supersonic to cut in, Alice is like a lesser version, like a much lesser version, but a lesser version nonetheless. Well, actually, the less. She is lesser than Crixia 1,000,000%. But in sense of cutting in and interrupting their team, she functions like that. And not only is she bringing a lockout, because Basher brings a lockout, she's also bringing the A2 that reduces their turn meter. So the only time I'd really use this is if, say, you have plenty of damage dealers. You don't really need another damage dealer, but you don't really have great lockout champion options. Maybe you could use her. Or if you could go a mixed build where you throw in some speed and some accuracy and a little bit of crit rate as well. So I just want to give you guys plenty of options, some different approaches you could go. Let's go in here real quickly. Well, I say real quickly, and the video is 30 minutes already. Let's go in here and switch this over to Soul Reap and see, okay, we want to get off the supersonic nonsense. Let's go back to go second or slow. So go second team or slow. She's at 217 speed. She has 7,400 attack and almost 300% crit damage. This is where she's going to be popping off. She's going to be doing a lot of damage here. We'll use the same setup. We have no strip champions here, unfortunately. And she still will probably lock them out, which is awesome because we may actually get some kills. You can make her go right after your other damage dealer. They get the kills, then she comes in and kind of like locks them down for one turn, prevents them from rezzing. Now, she could also be good in Life Harvest, actually. Life Harvest is a great blessing because she'll be getting her turn meter boosted whenever they res and stuff. Big fan of that. We're going to try against this team. I just swapped in a Duchess instead of Ancora, just so I can have the increased attack for Alice. I mean, because she doesn't place her own increased attack. So you do need somebody doing the increased attack if you want to have good damage. So if we ever get a turn, we're going to go ahead and do this. Very nice. And then Narcy's going to use his A2. If they had a revive champion over there, Alice is basically going to come in and like say, okay, your champions died. Let's solidify their death for at least one more turn. So you can't use your res then. She's going to pop off with that. So we use the A2, do some okay damage, but we lock them out. So now Taras can't use his big hit. A reviver can't use their res. We only have the A1s to worry about until we get back around, hopefully to another turn. Now, Sun Wukong, of course, can still come back because he's Sun Wukong, and he does that. So now we're just going to kill the Taras. He's going to do his res stuff. Just kidding, he's block revived anyways. And let's see what she hits for. So we're going to kill the Sun Wukong again. Just kidding. What? Did I just not kill him? Was that... What the heck happened? Is she not geared? Oh, the Freya prevented his death. Okay. I'm like, what in the world happened there? All right. We're going to try that again because that's not right. That makes sense, though. Makes perfect sense. The Freya protected the Sun Wukong. That's why he didn't die. Could have used the A2, I think, and been better off. So we'll try that again. Let's buff up the increased attack. Use the AoE or Narcy's big skill. We'll lock them down for a turn. Just one turn, basically. They skip their one. The Taras is actually about to go down. That Life Harvest is very helpful, having it pop off. He can just use his A1. Big help there as well. We're going to go ahead and drop him, revive, block the revive. And now she can use her A2 again. So keep Wukong only using his A1 skill. Because he could kill me with that A3 for sure. And then hopefully kill Freya. Just kidding, not kill Freya. Because apparently Freya's pretty good. Well, I already know she's good. He could do something. Okay, no, he's still using his A1, fortunately. 162,000. So pretty good damage from that A3 skill, honestly. Some pretty solid damage. Let's try out a speed team for the last one. We'll go this one and see how this performs. I've gotten 2 calls, so I'm about to wrap this up in just a moment and take those phone calls, hopefully all as well. Strip the team, see what happens from here. Maybe just get smacked. Oh yeah, Armand's naked, but you get the idea. It's basically just going to be Alice doing some damage. But guys, Thank y'all very much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you want any other testing done for Alice. I just didn't touch any other area because I think you get the point. She does damage. She does good damage, locks people out. I wouldn't focus on the lockout for PvE content though. And honestly, it's a hit or miss if it's even going to make sense for you. Some players, it will make sense. Some players, it doesn't make sense. But either way, best of luck. Let me know how you're building your Alice. And guys, I'll catch you in the next one.